windshield to make sure that it was locked and headed for her car. A rusted-out Dodge pickup crouched on the lot, 2/3 of the way down to her car. A battered aluminum camper slumped on the back, with curtains tangled in the windows. Every once in a while, somebody would drink too much and would wind up sleeping in his car behind the place, so the truck wasn't exactly unprecedented. Still, Rinker got a bad vibe from it. She almost walked back around the building to see if she could catch Rick before he went out the front. Almost. But that was too far, and she was probably being silly, and Rick was probably in a hurry, and the truck was dark, nothing moving. Dale something was sitting on the far side of it, hunkered down in the pea gravel, his back against the driver's side door. He'd been waiting for 20 minutes with decreasing patience, chewing breath mints, thinking about her. Somewhere in the deep recesses of his mind, breath mints were a concession to gentility as regarded women. He chewed them as a favor to her. When he heard the back door closing, he levered his butt off the ground, peeked through a car window, saw her coming, alone. He waited, crouched behind the car. He was a big guy, much of his bigness in fat, but he took pride in his size anyway. And he was quick. Rinker never had a chance. When she stepped around the truck, keys rattling in her hand, he came out of the dark and hit her like an NFL tackle. The impact knocked her breath out. She lay beneath him, gasping, the gravel cutting her bare shoulders. He flipped her over, twisting her arms, clamping both of her skinny wrists in one hand and the back of her neck in the other. And he said, his minty breath next to her ear, "You fucking scream and I'll break your fucking neck." She didn't fucking scream because something like this had happened before, with her stepfather. She had screamed, and he almost had broken her fucking neck. Instead of screaming, Rinker struggled violently, thrashing, spitting, kicking, swinging, twisting, trying to get loose. But Dale Something's hand was like a vice on her neck, and he dragged her to the camper, pulled open the door, pushed her inside, ripped her pants off, and did what he was going to do in the flickering yellow illumination of the dome light. When he was done, he threw her out the back of the truck, spit on her, said, "Fucking bitch, you tell anybody about this and I'll fucking kill you." That was most of what she remembered about it later. Lying naked on the gravel and getting spit on. That, and all the wiry hair on Dale's fat, wobbling butt. Rinker didn't call the cops because that would have been the end of her job. And, knowing cops, they probably would have sent her home to her stepdad. So she told Xanadu's owners about the rape. The brothers Ernie and Ron Battaglia were concerned about both Rinker and their bar license. A nudie joint didn't need sex crimes in the parking lot. "Geez," Ron said when Rinker told him about the rape. "That's terrible, Clara. You hurt? You ought to get yourself looked at, you know?" Ernie took a roll of bills from his pocket, peeled off 200s, thought about it for a couple of seconds, peeled off a third, and tucked the $300 into her backup tube top. "Get yourself looked at, kid." She nodded and said, "You know, I don't want to go to the cops, but this asshole should pay for what he did." "We'll take care of it," Ernie offered. "Let me take care of it," Rinker said. Ron put up an eyebrow. "What do you want to do?" "Just get him down to the basement for me. He said something about being a roofer once. He works with his hands. I'll get a goddamn baseball bat and bust one of his arms." Ron looked at Ernie, who looked at Rinker, and said, "That sounds about right. Next time he comes in, huh?" They didn't do it the next time he came in, which was a week later.